Good morning. It's nearly 10 o'clock in the morning. I haven't filmed for 3 whole days because I got so unwell with that cold that I came down with that I've been on the sofa for the best part of 3 days, but I'm feeling much better today. Very shortly, I'm expecting our estate agent to arrive. She's going to re-photograph the loft because I did redecorate it. My house is on the market, by the way, in case you didn't know. It's been on the market for ages. And it's still on the market, so I'm rather hoping that having the loft re-photographed might help, you know, spark a bit of interest. Maybe. Just been getting myself a little bit of breakfast while I'm waiting for her to arrive. Rice cakes with a bit of this. Veggie deli gourmet bean feast pate. It's a vegan pate that I got from Holland and Barrett. It's okay. It's a little bit bland, but I put some Marmite underneath. It seems to be working much better. There we are, she's all gone. She's photographed the loft. I've just been refilling the syringe up with the ear piercing fluid. Look, this stuff, I mentioned this before, because as you may remember, Izzy's had her ears pierced a little bit under 3 weeks ago, so we've got 4 and a bit more days worth of putting the solution on it and turning it 3 times a day. It's turning into a bit of a chore. I'll be quite glad when it's done, but we haven't really had any problems. There was one occasion when it started to go a bit sore and had a little bit of white gunk come out of it, but I managed to sort it out, luckily, turn that around. But I think that was probably our fault because there was 1 or 2 occasions where she slept very late and she didn't have her first application in the morning till like 12 o'clock midday or something, and there was another time where we just forgot and it was quite a few hours late, so it's probably our fault. But right now I'm just gonna clean the kitchen a bit, wash up. Izzy's gonna get her maths done independently, and it's a social day today. We are off out to meet up with friends, as we often do, and then she has a class in the evening. I should just show you my loft while it's looking so tidy. Oh, who have we got up here?
Molly!
What?
Look at my hair.
I thought you were doing your maths.
What?
I thought you were doing your maths.
I told him to do my hair first.
Okay. Alright then.
Bye.
Bye. She's been a good girl today. It's about 11:30 now. She's doing her English now. She's done her maths totally independently with the video lesson. Figured it out and managed to get, she got 98%, and then she took it upon herself to redo it to make her score go up to 100. She's getting a bit perfectionist about it, which is great. I'm really pleased. I didn't see that coming. We're having a bit of a funny time with Izzy's schooling at the moment because we might have an opportunity for her to start attending college 3 days a week, which would be a bit of a big turnaround. Also, we've had quite a strong bias on the humanities this year because we were thinking about her maybe trying to sit a couple of GCSEs this June, but I was going to wait till January, until we were coming to the date, to decide whether I thought it was a good idea or not, and I've decided it's not a good idea this year. She just needs to be a bit more mature, I think, to do that. So we're backtracking a little bit. We've covered loads of ground, but we're going to have a bit of a science binge at the moment. But because I don't quite know what's happening with this college, we're waiting to see if funding is going to be possible. That's what it's hinging on, really. So we're going to do some other little bits and bobs. Because I've been so ill for a few days and haven't had any energy, I've spent quite a lot of time with Izzy watching documentaries on the sofa, flaked out over there. And we were watching Blue Planet 2 last night on the BBC iPlayer, which is brilliant. I don't know if you can access it. If you're in the UK, you definitely can. It's on the BBC iPlayer. It's really good. And it reawakened Izzy's interest in marine life. And at the end of it, she said she thought she might like to be a marine species vet. I'm not sure if such a job exists, but anyway, capitalising on this interest, I dug a book out. It's the best I could find in the house at the time, really, but we're going to have a little look at that together on the train and see if she finds it interesting or not. I do like the eyewitness books, but there are lots of facts. There's no story, you see. It's lots of facts and pictures. But there's not a lot of context, so I don't know. I'm not hugely confident that that's going to sustain her interest, but we'll give it a go. I've also been just covering some really basic geography concepts as well in this book, which I love, The Horrible Geography of the World. It's very engaging and fun. It is really aimed at a younger child, but Izzy's quite playful still, so she's enjoying it. And it's very succinct. Covers stuff like formation of the planets, continental drift, how maps work, earthquakes, mountains, volcanoes, weather, oceans, islands, coral reefs, roving rivers, lakes, deserts, grasslands, etc., etc. That was only half of them. So it's kind of like physical geography. So anyway, we're going to read that on the train. And also, we're just going to go through these flashcards that Isabel has generated from her Portuguese lesson. We had the lesson on Friday, and on Monday we went through the Skype chat, mostly typed by our professora, Sophia, and I've taken the key phrases from that, which came up in context in conversation. She's learning them by rote as a sentence, but then we're going through and we're dissecting, and what does each word mean? So there's some pretty useful vocabulary in there. She's not getting the conjugation thing at all. It's just not going in. But I'm not worried about that. I think if she learns enough sentences in context, I think it will start to click, and then there'll just be a magic moment where she gets it. She's only little anyway. Well, okay, she's not that little. I'm not in a rush for her to understand grammar in Portuguese at all. I think as long as she enjoys it and she's absorbing the sounds, reproducing the sounds and being able to communicate, that's my priority. Right, I'm going to stop waffling now. And sometime later on the train, the verdict is she lasted 20 minutes before getting deathly bored of this book. But we have got into whale evolution, which is actually quite interesting. It was saying that they started out as land mammals, found their way back to the sea, and gradually evolved over, you know, presumably millions of years to the way they are now. And this 55-million-year-old skull the whale had the nostrils here at the front of its skull. But of course today they're on the top, like a blowhole, you see, so it gradually moved back. This one's moved further back, showing the evolution, and there's another one. It's younger again. It's going back. We're switching subject now anyway for the remainder of the journey. Well, it's much later now. We've had a very quiet and relaxing afternoon. It's pretty uneventful really. It's quite quiet. We've had some dinner together and a chat. Izzy's done some painting, and we're just on the train platform now. Izzy's going off to a class and I'm going off to do some editing somewhere. Same as usual really. I'm being proper daring here. Look, there's a very squashy banana in my trolley right next to the books. Ah, there we are. I've moved the offending banana. It's over here now. So I'm just going to load up my editing file while I have some food and then edit it afterwards. Brought my own little bit of milk for me. Cup of tea, some soya milk, so I don't have to have the moo milk. Good. The power supply is working. Woohoo! Well, it's evening. We're on our way back from our class now. Well, Izzy's class. Oh, there she is. Have fun?
Yeah, I had fun.
I had a bit of an unfortunate incident where I was having my food because I came on with a huge cough attack and had to keep blowing my nose. And there was a couple sitting near me having some supper, and I could hear them saying to each other, "Oh, she doesn't look very well, does she?" I had my earbuds in, but I didn't have much sound on, so I could hear them. And they moved, picked up their dinner, and they moved to another table. Oh no, they thought I had pestilence. Well, oh well, sorry guys. Anyway, I'm gonna do editing on the train. He's probably watching Doctor Who. He usually is.
I will be.
The end of a long day. Hello, I've been back home for some time. I've actually been doing the social media for my latest upload and responding to some comments as they've come in. So that's why I haven't been straight on the vlog, this vlog, immediately upon coming in. But anyway, there's something I've been meaning to tell you about the whales because I omitted something. Look at these teeth from the very oldest one. We've got a mixture of different sorts of teeth. This kind of reminds me a bit of those herbivores, you know, with the grinding teeth here and then a bit of a gap and then the biting teeth there. It reminds me of that, but as you can see that changed throughout the history of the whale and ended up more sort of appropriate for yomming fish. That was a bit tangenty, but anyway, I'm going to end the vlog there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a like if you liked it, because it helps this channel to grow. comment down any thoughts below and hit the subscribe button for more adventures with Imo and Izzy. Bye!